Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning here. I don't know if it's morning if you're watching this video or not, but good morning, happy afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. And today I wanted to do a little video about how and what I eat in the van. That was a question that I had personally before I moved in. And now that it's been about 4 months, I have some systems in place, and my diet has changed a little bit from before when I was in an apartment and had a refrigerator and a freezer and tons of counter space and running water and all of that. So I just wanted to do a little video to update you guys and tell you what I do. Maybe it'll help you in your own van journey. Maybe you're just curious. Who knows? So why don't you just come along? Every time I go to the grocery store, I take my reusable bags. On very rare occasion, I will accept plastic bags because I use them for trash sometimes, but I also try to use empty other bags for trash as well. So if I'm getting bread, I'll save the bread bags and use those for trash, but just trying to make a smaller impact if I possibly can. I do spend a lot of time in the produce department because I'm a vegetarian, and I have been for 11 years this past April. And so vegetables are a very big part of my diet. A lot of vegetarians, when they're first starting out especially, will be more carbitarian, and they'll eat a lot of pastas and breads and rice and things like that. I do try to stick to as many vegetables as I possibly can. So a lot of produce happening in my van all the time. I also live on hummus and cheese, and tea is something that I like to drink almost every morning. Some mornings I have coffee, so I do keep a French press and some coffee in the van. The French press also doubles as being an excellent option for loose leaf tea. I feel like being in the van has kind of allowed me to be a little bit lazier. And on the one hand, I really do love cooking. I like to make food. I like to make it delicious. I have a lot of spices on my spice rack. And that's still something that I love to do, but it's changed a little bit because I don't have an oven and I only have 2 burners, and they're pretty small. The pan that I use is pretty big. So when I'm using this pan, I can really only use one of the burners, and I can't use my other pot to boil pasta or quinoa or anything like that. So that's changed a little bit. And then also not having running water and having such a small sink, it kind of deters me from cooking anything that's too difficult or requires a lot of dishes or silverware or anything. I love a good charcuterie board, basically adult Lunchables. I love cheese and crackers and grapes and hummus and olives and other vegetables. Just keep it really simple. It's delicious, and that really works for my palate. So I eat that quite a bit.
This is a pretty typical meal. Cheese, crackers, hummus, grapes, olives, some veggies. Delicious. Easy. Minimal dishes. Not a lot of refrigeration.
If you read my most recent blog post about how I live without a refrigerator in the van, you'll know that I just have a really old, cheap Coleman cooler. And that is still, my main source of refrigeration. We're getting to the point where I'm going to have to figure out an ice situation. And I don't want to buy big bags of ice because that'll take up the whole cooler, and I don't need that much. So I'm trying to come up with, more creative ways of getting smaller amounts of ice, and I'll keep you guys posted as I develop those systems. But so the cooler has, my fresh produce in it, and some beer always, and it stays relatively full, but I try to go through my food regularly so that it doesn't mold. I hate throwing food out. I hate it. So I will get real creative in order to not have to do that. These shelves up here forward of me that you can't really see in this shot are most of my pantry items. So I have a lot of tea, and like I said earlier, a lot of spices. I love crackers, so I have a lot of crackers and quinoa, and I try to keep a couple of boxes of like mac and cheese on hand for really easy meals. I keep noodles on hand also. So I kind of waffle back and forth between the produce, like eat now, eat as fast as possible so it doesn't go bad, and then a couple of never going to go bad, always on hand for, lazy times or emergencies. And yeah, I don't really know what else you guys want to know. So if you have any additional questions that I didn't answer in this video, please leave them in the comments. And come follow us on social media. We're under Honeycomb Coaching. Check out my new website, hollycpriestley.com. And if you want to support our adventures, we do have a PayPal me or a Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes, or if you want to see those blog posts about a week before they come out to the public. I am also planning on doing some bloopers reels, because some of these videos don't always start as smoothly as I hope they end up on YouTube. I have no idea. I'm just having fun with it. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and get out there and do something fun today.